The goal of the Master of Public Health program at Cornell is to basically train a public health workforce. In 2016, the Council on Education for Public Health released new public health knowledge domains and new public health competencies expected of all graduating Masters of Public Health students. And what this really allowed us to do is build a curriculum that set out from the start to help students demonstrate these core competencies.
The Cornell MPH program is really built in scaffolding, and so each of the courses that students take are building on top of each other. So they start with Public Health Foundations 1, and then they build their skill set throughout taking each of the different courses. We are really trying to build out that communications toolkit for the students so that they can go to their future employers and say, look, I have all of these public health competencies that I've demonstrated. Here they are, and this is how I use them.
Part of this innovation grant is us building out a very specific roadmap. So an example of a competency that all of our students need to demonstrate before graduating is their ability to select quantitative and qualitative data collection methods appropriate for a given public health context. And we've been able to take these competencies, we've been able to break them down into the specific learning outcomes. We've been able to tag the courses that those specific learning outcomes are a part of, and so we are essentially giving a student a roadmap. This is the adventure that they're going to take with us in the MPH program. This is where we're going to introduce knowledge, this is where we're going to reinforce skills, and this is where we're going to ask students to demonstrate either a piece or a whole chunk of the competence.
The focus really has been on making sure everything that is taught in these professional programs is something that students can translate to the real world. Rather than taking a test, let's develop a product. Let's present something to stakeholders. And then the next step becomes, how are those transferable skills that you can then translate to an interview for a job after graduation?
I actually graduated from the program last year, so 2021, and I started working for the program later that year. The students from the very beginning are made aware of what the competencies are. It's very clear what those competencies are, how they're linked to the assignments, how they're linked to projects, and that students need to meet those competencies in order to graduate from the program.
I first put up these large sheets of paper, sticky notes on the wall, and wrote the name of all the classes that they've taken so far. And then students walked around in groups with markers and essentially just started brainstorming what are all the different activities that they've done in the class, what are the different skills that they remember developing in that class. And so students really get a chance to understand on a deeper level the different transferable skills in their toolbox.
You can really do anything with this degree, and so you can go into healthcare consulting or you can go into traditional county public health departments. And so what we're trying to teach our graduates is to be able to apply these public health competencies in a myriad of settings.
This roadmap that we've put together will help students be able to articulate in real time the skills and the abilities that they bring to the table, the way that they can help engage and understand and address public health issues and opportunities in the communities that they're working in.
Pretty much across the board, our alumni say, wow, I thought I really needed those hard skills, those qualitative and quantitative analysis skills, those policy evaluation skills, and those are really important, but it's the leadership, communication, teamwork, systems thinking, and cultural competence that students come back and say, wow, those are pretty much the most useful things I learned while I was at Cornell. I am so glad you all emphasize them so much because they come in handy no matter where you are.